In today's video we are going to be creating birthday video in After Effects. So without further ado, let's step into it. So let's go over to uh, this place, click on that, then let's change the width to 800, then 1000, and you can decide to use your own discretion by putting needs 1000 and all of that. So I see duration 1 minute 30 seconds, then you hit OK. Let's change this to magenta. It's OK. Good, can you see that? So let's zoom down, zoom up a little bit. So right now the file that we're going to be using, let me go over and bring them in. So right now these are the files in which you are going to be using right now. So let's select it all. So right now let's drag just like so to the dashboard, to the application, so automatically it's there. So right now what we're going to do is to go over and bring the whole thing right inside the timeline. So it's in the timeline right now. So what we're going to do, let's zoom down, scrub that a little bit downward. Good, can you see that? So right now what we're going to do, what we're going to do right now, so what we're going to do right now is to just appear some of this picture. So what we're going to do right now is to go over to the first one, let's appear all of this. Good, can you see that? So right now this will be the first so the three objects right here, we are going to take them up to the extreme top of the file. Good, can you see that? So right now what we're going to do, let's reduce that a little bit. Let's unappear that first. So let's appear all of this. So right now what we're going to do, all of this right now. So we are going to select the rest of this, select them, so right now what we're going to do is to go over and pull them, pull it right inside, just like so. Good, so we are going to be pulling them one by one. Well, let's pull this a little bit up front, just like so. Then you go over and pull this as well. Then you go over and pull this just like that. Go over to the next one and to the next one and to the next one. Good, so right now what I'm going to do is to go over and select the whole thing. Let's select it one by one. Select it, hold control key on your keyboard, then select all of that. So what we are going to do right now, so let's go over to rotate. It on R automatically brings up, that. So add keyframe at the start point, then you pull that a little bit forward just like so. So right now what we are going to do is to just try and put it to 11 point right here. So right now let's go over and bam, can you see that? So right now what we're going to do is select the keyframe or the keyframe, then you right click to ease, then locate click on that, then you go to keyframe assistant, then ease them. So go over to this place, graph editor. So right now select everything. So let's select the two dots just like so, then and you pull this a little bit inward, pull this just like so. Good. Let's go over. So right now let's play it from, can you see that? Bam, can you see that? So right now the next step right now is to go over and adjust the keyframe individually. Select this first keyframe, pull that, select it, pull that just like so. Good. Then you pull this keyframe a little bit forward just like so. Good. And this, pull this forward a little bit, so pull this forward, then you pull this forward as well, then you pull this forward. Good. So right now let's try and see what we've created so far. Good, 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 good. Can you see that? So right now what we are going to do is to pull the whole thing forward a little bit. So let's select that, hold control key down when you are selecting, then you pull it a little bit forward just like so. Good. So right now what we're going to do is to go over to, let's go over to the main com. So let's go over to the main com and appear this. Let's position this, reduce it a little bit. Good. So right now let's appear this as well. So let's put this aside just like so. Good. So right now the next step, so right now we are going to be animating this. So these two are file. So let's pull this a little bit forward. Pull it forward just like so. Good. Can you see that? So right now we are going to animate these two files. So right now what we are going to do is to go over to this place, or let's hit P position. Let me just show you. Go over to a transformation, then you choose position. So right now we are going to add a keyframe right here, then you pull this a little bit forward, put that a little bit forward just like so. Then let's drag this downward, Good. So that pops up. Bam. Can you see that? Good. So right now what we are going to do next, what we are going to do next is to go over to what's it called, the main picture. Let's position it so well. So what we are going to be doing right now is to as well animate this. Let's click on P, which is position, add a keyframe from start, add a keyframe, then you pull the keyframe a bit forward, then you pull this, just like so. Good. Bam. Can you see that? Bam. Can you see that? So what we are going to do now is to go over to this. So let's select the two keyframe, right click to ease on them, go to keyframe assistant, then ease them, hit on graph editor, then you go over, zoom it all up, then you go over how to pull this angle inward, then you pull this inward as well. So can you see that? So go over to click on graph editor to go over up to the main what's it called. Good. Can you see that? Good. Good. Can you see that? So right now the next step is to go over and type, So let's click right here. So our next step right now is to go over to, let's go over to text, click on horizontal text tool. So let's type happy birthday. Happy birthday. Enter from here. Good. So right now let's select the whole thing. Let's change it to white. It's okay. So let's adjust that from here. Good. Can you see that? So let's set our pick tool, then let's pull this a little bit downward, just like so. So right now what I'm going to do is to animate this as well. So let's go over and animate that. Click right here, then you go over to add, what's it called, add position, then you go over again and add tracking. Good. So what we are going to do now is to go over and let's create so right from here let's increase the tracking a little bit, just a bit, then you go over to position. Let's position it downward, then let's go over to add what's it called, opacity. So let's make opacity 0 point. Good. So let's go over to range selector, select that, then add a keyframe right there, then you pull this forward a little bit, then you give it to 100%. Can you see that? So right now let's just pull this a little bit backward. Good. Can you see that? Good. Can you see that? So what we are going to do next is to go over, let's zoom that up. Good. Can you see that? So let's bring in the text just closer to this place. Can you see that? So our next step right now is to go over. Can you see the outcome of that? Good. 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 So right now, the next step right now, let's select this a little bit, then let's pull it backward a bit. So let's pull this backward a bit. So we are working on this right now, just like so. Pull it back. Good. So right now, let's zoom down, then let's reduce it a little bit. I think this is not necessary. Let's delete that. Delete this. Good. So let's select this, hold Ctrl key on keyboard, so then you pull it back to its position. So right now this is what we have. Good. So right now what I'm going to do is to so we are going to be rendering this. So right now the next step is to add what's it called, music. So let's go over and add sound. We are free. Good. So right now let's go over again. So right now let's go over to render what we've created so far. So let's go over to edit, then you hit on composition, you hit on hard rendering, then you go over to this place. Let's change the setting, so we are using QuickTime. then I think this is okay. It's okay. Then you go over to this place, motion graphics, it's okay. Then render. So let's wait a while. Oh, okay, it's done right now. So let's go over and let me show you the preview of what we've done so far. Go back to, so here it is, right click, then let's try and play it. What's the why? So can you see the what we created so far, so thanks for following me. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the button below to subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification button so that whatsoever we want to post, you will be notified. And again, give this video a thumbs up so that other people can benefit from what we are sharing so far. So bye for now.